this extraordinary warning from the New Zealand Security Intelligence Service, the SIS, as to foreign influence into local government elections in New Zealand. I don't know whether it's scaremongering, justification for a job, I mean, what else do the SIS do, or a genuine danger to local democracy. But the head of the SIS, Director General Andrew Hampton, in an annual report or a threat assessment, says, quote unquote, foreign states are persistently, there's that word persistently, trying to interfere in our local councils, exploiting sister city relationships, and attempting bribery, which is a huge allegation, through proxies. The SIS have warned in their annual threat report and annual threat assessment. Director General Andrew Hampton says that they've produced booklets, which I have to say I've never seen, for council and central government staff on how to spot foreign state activity. It's a Chinese dude coming through the front door with a pocket full of money. And espionage attempts whilst travelling, including, get this, Josh, junkets to China. Now, I thought, well, come on, this is presumably an Auckland thing, but the suggestion is that attempted covert corruption is much wider this morning, and it has been reported by the New Zealand Herald after an extraordinary interview with, as I said, SIS Director General Andrew Hampton. It points out that 53 councils have sister city relationships. Many of them are twinned, or one of their so-called twins. I got rid of ours. Well, I didn't get rid of ours. I just ignored them completely. I said, there's no funding going into sister city relationships. They're just a junket. Well, apparently 53 councils in New Zealand have sister city relationships. And Hampton is warning that they should be wary of accepting gifts from other cities. I think I've got I think about it, I think I've got a painting somewhere on a wall somewhere that's from a sister city. Mind you, that was a sister city in Japan. And also such as heavily subsidized travel. But this is clever. USB stick. So they'll give you a USB stick and they'll say, oh, I'll put this in your computer. That could carry spyware. So you go to China on your heavily subsidized junket. You go to the first, second, or third New Zealand China Friendly Association conference, and they give you a USB stick to put in your things at home so that you can see more about or potentially to give you all the photos of your lovely trip. You put it into the councils, and there you go. The spyware permeates through. Now, you might ask, as I did, why on earth, and because this, when they say foreign influence, I don't understand I do not understand the sensitivity around this. We all know that when the SIS talk about heavily subsidized travel and junkets overseas, this is other countries paying, and conferences that you might go to, and USB sticks for spyware, we all know, don't we, that the word foreign and Chinese are actually the same. It's almost like the whole of the rest of the world, if you live in the SIS world, is not. That's Russian, that's Japanese, that's Italian, that's Australian. But when it comes to China, we can't possibly use the word China or Chinese Communist Party. We've got to use the word foreign. Why is that? Why do we have to be so sensitive in this country? The Chinese Communist Party are absolute opponents, enemies, if you like, of democracy, of Western values and traditions. We know that. That's why they're called it's a bit of a giveaway, Chinese Communist Party. It's a bit of a giveaway. And so when it's the Chinese government run by the Chinese Communist Party, as it has ever been since, 1949, I think that particular civil war ended, and the Kuomintang ended up getting expelled to Taiwan, that's who's in charge. All right, so they've been in charge for 51, 25, 76 years. Now, okay, they don't like us. They can trade with us, but they don't really like us. The smiles are all about, You poor bastards, you don't know what's coming next. It's those sorts of smiles, isn't it? You know. And they've done a very good job at trying to exert their influence upon the international community. That's fair enough. That's who they are. We should all know that. No, but we've got to call them foreign. They're not foreign. They're Chinese, for Pete's sake. But oh no, I'll just go and call them foreign influence in New Zealand. Listen, the Japanese aren't trying to influence local government in this country. I'll come to how they're trying to influence local government in a moment. This is the SIS, though. This is just Wellington speak, isn't it? It's just pathetic. Let's never use honesty, openness or transparency because we're the New Zealand government. And they blame the Chinese Communist Party. I don't know. But anyhow, never use a real word when you can use an oblique one. All right, this is the public sector written large, and the SIS is affected with the same disease. That's the only word that you could describe it. But no, there you go. So here's foreign and Chinese. Now, listen, it's not the Japanese that are trying to influence us. I'm pretty sure, I've given an example of this. We had a sister city relationship in Wanganui with Nagazumi-cho. You never heard of it, have you? No, neither have I. They actually bloody good about it. They invested a bit of money in Wanganui and set up a tea garden. They used to send some Japanese guy over and his wife every year to run the tea garden during summer. I thought that was bloody good of them. We didn't do anything. I can't imagine they were sitting in Wanganui East and Wanganui on the banks of the Wanganui River going, I've got to work out how to run this place. What can we find out? What secrets can we desperately send home to Japan? They didn't think like that, obviously. Good God, I can't imagine the Japanese coming to Wanganui and going, they must have secrets that we must know about. No. The other one was Reno in Nevada, which was a sort of knockoff of Las Vegas. We couldn't get one with Las Vegas, so we got one with Reno in Nevada. And the other one was, oh, that's right, Toowoomba. Toowoomba, that well-known Queensland city at the citadel and heart of modern-day espionage. That one, yeah. But now I'm pretty sure that Wanganui probably does have a sister city with relationship with some Chinese-controlled Communist Party enterprise in China. They've probably added a force since I've left. And apparently they can think of nothing more than, according to the SIS, to spy on Wanganui. What possible espionage secrets can we take out of these places and send home?
Wellington's got 14 sister cities.
It's just extraordinary. Anyhow, the councils apparently, this is according to Director General Andrew Hampton this morning of the SIS, the councils are attractive targets for foreign state, and there we go, not the word Chinese, foreign state interference and espionage because they are, but they have decision-making powers over critical national infrastructure. Love it. I'll come to that in a second. And also controlling states and New Zealand ports. Seriously, this man's got a job, Director General Andrew Hampton. Can I just say, if the Chinese want to know how we run our sewage treatment plants in this country, and the answer to that is bloody badly, welcome to the information. You take the whole shit show, literally, back to China and just digest it for a wee while and think how that works. Oh, dear Lord. Or alternatively, you're trying to work out about the fluoride that we put in our water or don't in terms of our fresh water, or how we use our stormwater or where it goes. You're welcome to the information. You don't need to steal it. For God's sake, what's the matter with the SIS Director General Andrew Hampton? Why would the Chinese want to know that? A, it's a matter of public record, but B, why would the Chinese want to control our shit? Can I just ask that question? No. Then I like the other, or our roads. The other, of course, our roads.